Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWcrendor and welcome back to some Hearthstone coverage. I've already covered WoW and showed you Cat watching WoW announcements, so we gotta move on to Hearthstone because I gotta talk about this. So the new Hearthstone expansion is Kobolds and Catacombs, which I did not think would be a thing, but it is a thing, and I'm very excited about it because I love Kobolds, and I think it's the perfect type of silly expansion I'm looking for to end the year, right? We just had Arthas, we had the Ice Crown Citadel, we had this big, like, Frozen Throne type thing. Now it's like, hey, it's just some kobolds running around, right? But what I'm gonna go over, real quick here is the cards I've seen that I think have gimmicky potential, right? You're already getting all the people being like, well, how's this gonna fit into the meta? The ramp druid is... No, I was like, dude, are there some gimmicky cards we can play around with? And there definitely are. So first off, we have Marin the Fox. He is going to apparently be available for everyone if you log in on Monday or something. That's what I was reading. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if it's fake news. But I think if you log in on Monday, you get a Marin the Fox. And he is a battle cry. Summon a 0/8 treasure chest for your opponent. Break it for awesome loot. So this is going to be a weird gimmicky type thing to play around with. Like, I'm sure there's going to be people that try to steal the chest or like give it to you, right? They'll try to like give you the chest, and that'd be weird. Or you could summon 2 chests with like a bronze beard. So there's already a whole bunch of stuff you get. Plus he's 8 mana, so it's going to take a little bit to get him out. But if you manage to get him out, you can summon some chests and break them open like a piñata or something. So what happens when you get that chest loot? So there's a few things you can get. One of them is, there's one of 4 things actually. One of them is the Golden Kobold. It's a 3/6/6 taunt battlecry. Replace your hand with legendary minions. So you're gonna get your entire hand replaced with legendaries, which is pretty cool. I think that's awesome. I don't know if you'd even want to battlecry that because you're just gonna get different legendary minions. I guess you could do it for fun. And then there's Tolan's Goblet. Draw a card, fill your hand with copies of it. I think that one's really cool. Imagine just getting a handful of Ragnaroses or something. Well, I guess you couldn't play them all, but you could just consistently keep playing them and they'd have to deal with them. The Wondrous Wand. Draw 3 cards, reduce their cost to 0. That's another really good card. I like that one. And Zarog's Crown. Discover a legendary minion. Summon 2 copies of it. That's... Imagine getting like a Sneed's-Old Shredder. You get 2 Sneed's-Old Shredders. You get 4... That's 4 legendary minions for the price of 1. That's premium deals. So I think this card's going to be really fun to play around with. If it does come out Monday, which I'm pretty sure it does, I am going to play around with it, try to do some crazy gimmicks, and see what I can come up with. We'll see. I'm sure people are already on the internet theory crafting stuff, but yeah. So next card that really caught my attention was the Carnivorous Cube. Destroy a friendly minion as his battle cry, and Death Rattle, summon 2 copies of it. This is... I read this and I was like, oh my god, this is just a spicy meatball. So it's a 5/4/6, right? You gotta get cards like Baron Rivendare, so you trigger that Death Rattle twice. And then, I don't know how this would play with, what's that one card? The old turtle lady with the wand that summons your Death Rattle right away. I don't know if you'd be able to Battle Cry, do that, and then the Death Rattle triggers, because if that's the case, oh my god, that's another premium combo. And then, I was just trying to think of some other things that would work with it, right? You can't do Battle Cries, because then you're going to destroy a friendly minion twice, and it wouldn't even be I don't think it would work with Battle Cry. It's just, you gotta go Death Rattles for this. And then it leads me to think, like, what if you did, why can't I think of anybody's names right now? N'Zoth, where he brings back the Death Rattle cards, and then, well, I guess that wouldn't work either. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of fun things. Either way, it might be fun to just flood the board with, like, it could be anything. It'd be Ragnaros again. Like, Ragnaros is just my ultimate fun card. He's just, like, a bunch of 8 damage things, but a lot of potential with the Carnivorous Cube, so I'm excited with that one. After Carnivorous Cube, another card that I found, hold on, let me bring it up, is the Lesser Sapphire Spellstone. I wasn't as excited about this one. It's just an interesting concept to me. Like, summon a copy of a friendly minion, but for 7 mana, and I was like, that doesn't seem right. Then I realized you can overload 3 mana to upgrade it, and it'll be summon 2 copies of a friendly minion. Then if you do it a 3rd time, it's summon 3 copies of a friendly minion. So it's kind of like the Carnivorous Cube, which leads me to think I should just play Shaman and just combine this card with like the cube and some other copy cards and just flood the board with 1 minion. And I'll just swap out whatever minion it is. We'll flood the board with like Rags. We'll flood the board with Hoggers. We'll flood the board with Penguins. Just whatever crazy shit sounds like a fun idea. I think that's going to be a really fun thing to do. Now here's a card I read about and I was like, what the shit? So this is a Warlock. Marin the First Disciple. She's a 6/3/6 with Taunt, Death Rattle. Add the first seal to your hand. And so I was like, what is the first seal? And the first seal is a series of cards that cost 5 mana you get, which are seals. And they keep summoning these demons. And so you get like a 4/4 demon, a 5/5 demon, a 6/6 demon. Like it slowly ramps up until you get Azari the Devourer. And I think it's like on the 5th one you get Azari the Devourer. Something like that. And he destroys your opponent's deck. That's right. He destroys your opponent's deck, which is crazy, right? But I mean, you do have to pull this off. You do have to get all these seals, play them all, and then you get him in your hand, and then you have to play him. But this has to happen, right? It's just going to be a matter of figuring out how to get this out quickly, and then how to be able to play the seals quickly. I mean, you can only really do it with Warlock, because it's a Warlock legendary, unless there's some crazy thing where you can manage to get her in some other class deck, and then maybe like Mage or something. I don't know. There's like getting portals, like using unstable portals and trying to get her. I don't know. It's going to be another Koldara Drake thing all over again. It's going to drive me insane, because we got to do this. We got to play Azari the Devourer. So that's another crazy card. And after this, there's the Kobold Illusionist. A little more simple, but still kind of cool. He's a 4/3/3 rogue card. Death Rattle, summon a 1/1 copy of a minion from your hand. So this would work well for like a rogue legendary deck, or a rogue deck with just a lot of really cool end of turn card, like a Tharazon or something. You just get a free Tharazon on the board. So still some pretty cool stuff you could do with this Kobold Illusionist. Just thought I'd throw him in for just some fun. Then there's the Guild Recruiter. So this is a new mechanic that they're adding to Hearthstone, the recruit mechanic. And the first example is the Guild Recruiter they showed, which is a 5/2/4 with Battlecry. Recruit a minion that costs 4 or less from your deck. And the way that works is it's going to pull a minion from your deck that costs 4 or less onto the battlefield. So they're, quote, recruiting them to the battlefield, right? That's how it makes sense in my head. But I'm sure there's a lot of different things you could do with this. I don't think it triggers battle cries, so I'm sure if you got some battle cry, some minions that have really bad battle cries, you could try to do a deck with recruit and just hope to have that. I mean, you would just hope you don't get a recruit card pulled from a recruit card. That would be bad, but it's going to be an interesting mechanic. I'm curious to see what other recruit cards they actually have for the expansion, because I'm sure there's going to be some crazy ones, like recruit a minion that costs 10 or less, and then you might get a Penguin, you might get Ragnaros, you might get Yasharj, like, you don't know. So that's going to be interesting, and I'm sure they're going to have some, like, recruit bonuses that synergize, or cards that synergize with recruit better. I don't know. Either way, it's going to be fun. Or maybe even, like, recruit a minion that costs more than 10. You got some crazy more than 10 cards. We'll see. I think it's a pretty cool mechanic. I'm excited to try it out. Play around with it. Should be fun. And then, the final card that I saw that was interesting was the Wandering Monster. It is a 2-mana secret for hunters, and when when an enemy attacks your hero, summon a 3-cost minion as the new target. So what I was thinking was you put 1 3-cost minion, maybe 2 3-cost minions in your deck, and have 2 of these secrets, and just have it be like the most annoying 3-cost minion you got. Just something with like really high damage or really high taunt, and it's just it becomes a 2-mana 3-cost minion, and it just gets played for free when they attack your hero. So I thought that that could have some interesting result. I'd have to look at all the cards and actually figure it out. It may be terrible. It's just something that I looked at that excited me right away. And aside from that, there's some other cards I added, like the Dry Gulch Jailer. It's a 2-mana 1/1 paladin thing with Death Rattle. Adds 3 Silver Hand recruits to your hand, so it's some Silver Hand recruit action. They threw in like some buff cards for Priest and Druid. They're adding legendary weapons. Like there's a Luneth. At the end of your turn, draw 3 cards. It's a weapon for priests. And I know there's another weapon. Or no, that's a mage one. The priest one's after you cast 3 spells in your turn. Summon a 5/5 dragon. So each class is apparently going to get a legendary weapon, and that should be interesting. And there's just some other ones, but they didn't seem as fun as these ones I picked out. So I just want to make this video, go over some gimmicky new cards that they've announced, and I'll keep making these when they release new cards. So when they release a new batch of cards, I'll make another one of these, reviewing them all with my gimmick ratings, or fun level ratings is what I normally call it. Either way, this should be good. I hear that the expansion's coming out in December, so we still got about a month, but hey man, I'm ready. I'm ready for some more gimmick stuff, so let's go. Okay. See you.